You know what they say about guys with large record collections? No, seriously. Do you know what they say about guys with large record collections? Forget it. You're listening to Vinyl Community Podcast.
Freestyle.
Before, I had to remind something to Chance.
Oh, about the Vinyl Vault? Yeah, all right, you want to get into it? I have never purchased from the Vinyl Vault. Acoustic Sounds, that's where they're like do part of their business.
Is that because you refuse to pay $70 more than on Discogs? Or because you're still not $85?
Hang on, before we get into it, hang on, Jose, that's a fair point. I'll get into it in a second, but I just noticed something, and I don't know how he did it. But Bianco, how'd you do the wardrobe change to make us twins over here? First of all, how did you get a buttery soft high fidelity records shout out to Josh t-shirt? I think I know, but tell us because and
I made a purchase.
Change. Did I have an out of body experience? How did you change clothes that fast?
You turned around.
I
made a purchase at his store, so he offered to send me a t-shirt, and so I'm promoting him just like you are.
Well, beautiful. So what record did you grab? Let's
I got the Fleetwood Mac self-titled 2x45 RSD 2012. Very hard to find.
Awesome. Hey, you've been looking for that one for a long time. You even asked me.
I have. Yep. So I'm really glad to have it. Thanks, Josh.
Josh coming in clutch. Josh, where are you? If I look over and you're at Westman's show, then I'm going to rip this shirt off like Hulk Hogan. You better bet your ass.
Well, I'm just going to change it to low fidelity records.
I'm going to put no fidelity. I got a marker here somewhere. Matter of fact, you know what we're going to do? I'm gonna peek over at Westman's before I tell this story, because if Josh is over there and we're over here pimping the shit out of his business, Josh,
Are you both gonna rip that shirt apart? You're just both gonna.
You think I don't know if I want to Hulk Hogan. I don't want to get people too upset with this luscious dad bod, but let's see who's over here.
Josh isn't on there. It's Tim and PB Thal and Jefferson Douglas.
Oh, I like those guys. I like Tim the most since PB Thal continues to keep ducking the show. Tim is my number one on that show. I will rank Jefferson close number 2, and then PB Thal pulling up the rear.
He should.
Anyway, guys, these guys, I tell you what, they're talking about the real deal, and we're having fun. Anyway, so Vinyl Vault. I've never purchased it. I think we've probably been talked about on the show about, man, Vinyl Vault, like Jose said, like some of the prices are impressive and depressing at the same time. Yeah. But recently they got one of these collections, like Chad does a video on it. Check it out. It's
it'll blow you away.
It's from Maine. It's like we had to get behind a Denny's and pick these up, and a U-Haul, all this kind of thing.
You went to a CVS to buy a
storm once they got there.
Right. Yeah. There was like an act of biblical proportions going on. But whatever this collection was had some stuff that I was interested in, and it was fairly priced. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take the leap. This is before I even talked to Josh, and I even knew his involvement with starting or getting the Vinyl Vault going. So I bought a couple of records, and I got to be honest, I bought 3 records, and they only shipped me 2. First of all, I didn't get a shipping notification, which maybe we'll circle back on a different topic. And then the 3 records, like I said, only 2 came, and there was no real explanation. And they flagged it as back ordered, the one they didn't ship me, which I thought they had changed that on their site, but it was a little surprising because I didn't get the email notification, and then these records show up, and I'm missing.
You're not doing the drop. The AOL drop. It's like this is the perfect time for the drop.
Yeah, see, I'm too busy in story mode, but let's pretend I didn't say any of that. So let's rewind the tape, and this will offer up the great opportunity. So I'm going to actually do 2 drops. You ready for this? Hang on. And then when I'm talking about the Acoustic Sounds website,
got mail.
Oh no, that's the wrong one.
That's a long drop.
That's why the streamer account's going to be shut down. But anyway, so one, I mean, imagine my surprise that I could get in through the site and they still had these wonderful records that I purchased. But I just thought it was kind of strange because usually the shipping notice lack of aside, if they didn't have one of the records, wouldn't you think that they would have said, "Hey, sorry, we sold out," or before your order, we picked the record, etc. But anyway, I will say on the positive side, because gripes, Jose, they called us the gripe show. Remember over there we gripe. So we're going to gripe for a second. I'm going to give them some flowers. They shipped them in those nice Acoustic Sounds boxes. They did about. I asked them to the sealed records to please open them and ship them outside the jackets, which they did on one of the two. So 50% is better than 0%. But it was an interesting experience. But I also, like I said, not getting a shipping notification kind of weird, and then not shipping me the full order and not telling me about it, kind of interesting, because it was not a cheap order. I'm just going to humble brag. It was a good month, and so I was spending some bucks, and I would have thought that I would have got a little bit more TLC. But again, I think we'll talk about this in a second. I think I'm on the bad list. I'm on the naughty list because of.
Wait, is that?
Yeah, so we'll see.
Is that Stone Cold Steve Austin in the chat?
Is that Stone Cold's music?
No, in the chat.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? There's like a few things that I've seen there that I'll be like interested in, but yeah, I don't know. The pricing, I called once to ask for a record I wanted to give as a Christmas present last year, and the person that, because I tried to send an email and they didn't reply to me that quickly. It was like the day after. I'll just call. So I called, and they were like, "Well, let me go check the record." And I was like 20 minutes into the call, and they were like, "We can't find it." So next day, they went looking for it, and I called, and they told me, "Well, I don't like. We're gonna change it on the website because it's really VG instead of VG plus."
Okay, that's still good for them. At least, okay. And I give them credit for that.
Yes, but I called, and if you didn't, so I was just like, "Well, can you send me photos?" They were like, "No, we can't do that. But if you're not satisfied, you can return it." I explained my situation. I'm not in the U.S. blah, blah, blah. And they were like,
and they immediately hung up with you, and then they called their local DEA agent to
Jose,
whatever. Yeah,
they were like,
"Where the federal is it?"
Oh, Macho Man Randy Savage was involved in this phone call, it looks like. And Jason, please do that impression one more time. That was beautiful.
Jose.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Was he on acid on that photo?
He was always Arnaldo just rubbing it in. Yeah,
they got the dueling macho men.
Yeah, Randy Savage was on a lot of ingestible things. I'll just say that he.
I mean, this is when he was on acid for sure. You know.
Oh, he was. Yeah, I mean, Randy was sweating, and that was probably from the buckets of cocaine that he had put in his system that morning. It's beautiful. Well, has anyone else had a Vinyl Vault experience before we move on? Has anyone else purchased from the Vinyl Vault? It sounds like Jose was trying. I just placed my first order. Anyone else? Bueller?
Yeah, I said no at the end. I just
Bianco, have you ever bought from the Vinyl Vault? Maybe? Yes? No?
I tried recently, and whatever I transacted didn't go through, and I'm going to assume it's on my end. And when I went back to get it, it was gone.
Interesting. But why do you say you think it was your end? Did you put your credit card in wrong?
Well, I did it on the phone. No, I mean, I have an account, so I really don't even need to put that in, to be honest with you. I mean, I did it on my phone, which I rarely do. It was an item that I think was improperly priced, and I thought it would have been to my advantage to purchase it.
I'm with you. I like it.
When you sort by price, and you're in the $600 ones, and a $60 one pops up in the middle, and then you look at the metadata, you go, uh-oh. I looked it up.
I think we've been there before. I see a lot of shaking heads. I think that we are in agreement with that strategy. And Tip of the cap, sir. Tip of the cap.
Yeah, well, anyway, so that, but other than that, I've seen the Vinyl Vault. I've been in the Vinyl Vault,
Sure.
but
That's actually, to be
obviously-
honest with you, that's how I got, I guess, learned about Acoustic Sounds. They did a video years ago where they bought a collection. I don't know if Josh was involved. I'd have to go back and look at it, but they got a Nirvana Nevermind first presses before I had my copy. And I was like, oh, wow, you don't see those pop up every day. And then I went on Vinyl Vault website and saw how much they were asking. I was like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it.
no, it's rarefied air. I mean, you got to really want something, and
Yeah, I dig it.
but you know,
Well, Jose,
I'm not saying they're not above calling customer service and making an offer. You never know.
well, hey, all they can do is tell you no. I mean, it's just
Right,
like you go to the
exactly.
record show, and you know, I mean,
Well, that's right.
I just bought a Melvin's Houdini record from a guy on eBay that was well below market. I just threw him an offer and he accepted it. So all they can do, Jose, I'm sorry we're keeping you up. What's going on over there, guy?
Nothing.
So,
Just,
well, Jose, you brought up an interesting one over our show prep, and maybe this is a good topic to kind of talk about in the freestyle. But you said let's talk about musicians or bands you don't like personally, which I'm sure for you is a long list. And but you will give them respect.
And why is it the Foo Fighters?
And why is it the Foo Fighters? Exactly.
not even respect for them. Not even respect.
But surely, kind of like I said to Arnaldo's question, it's like surely there had to be motivation for throwing that in. Like, well, who are you thinking about that you don't like, but you at least will acknowledge they're not half bad?
Not really with anything in mind, to be honest.
Oh, fair enough. But now you're showing movies. I think, is this the morning show? We're talking Criterion Collection. What's going on here?
This is Jason X. I just thought it was going to be.
Is that a Criterion selection? I don't know.
Oh, this is the box set of all the movies.
Holy shit!
Whoa.
Jose bringing the big guns to the record show. He's showing his DVDs. I love it.
No, it's my Blu-ray of Friday the 13th.
Hey, Mr. Sticker Mania is shouting you out, Jason. He says, way to go showcasing that. Now, help me out. I'm an old. Is it Chapel Roan or Chappelle Roan?
You said it right the first time.
Thank you. Chapel Roan on your wall of banger albums behind you, Mr. Sticker Mania.
It's a good one, definitely.
I've enjoyed
the
it.
glitter, the stars, so I kind of scattered them. They're actually inside the record, so when I've heard stories where people pulled out the record and all the little stars, you can see them, just flew,
Elvis just left after I called him. He was smoking celery. That's funny. Anyways.
What?
Is that the 1 year anniversary edition of Chapel Roan's Midwestern album?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
It's a great. I've streamed it multiple times. It's a great album. I got to be honest. I don't know if I would go buy the 18-month anniversary edition that's coming out soon or the 24-month.
I mean, there's a theme here, as you can see, like green.
Oh, hang on a second. Let's Jason,
that shit is not green. What is this shit? That's not green. the jazz record below.
There's a little green in here, like right here.
Jose, what if I told you I was colorblind?
I was colorblind?
What if I told you I was colorblind? I don't know what's
mold.
happening.
I would just tell you that it's that all green one. It's white as fuck.
But it's green. It's Al Green.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nice OG of San Francisco.
It's a good one. Jose talked me into buying this one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, Jason, we've been hearing a lot about Jose's influence. Is that the same record that you talked about last week about his influence because you were persuaded?
Yeah, this is like the cover of like Alien Romulus,
Hey, by the way, Alien Romulus was a piece of shit. I was very disappointed about it. Yeah, I know there's not a movie going.
Jose, you're all in on the movies from your Friday the 13th collection to now Alien Romulus. Is there anything else? Would you like your Academy Award nominations early? Can you give those?
No, he's going to pull out.
Well, one of my favorite underrated.
Be careful what you wish for.
One of my favorite underrated movies of all time. It's Tony Manero, right? So you may recognize the name from Saturday Night.
From Saturday Night Fever. Yeah.
Yes, but this is a Chilean movie about during the time of the dictatorship, the Pinochet, and Great movie. I think it's still on Netflix. It's about a guy that basically goes crazy and he wants to have a set so he can practice dancing like Tony Manero and be on TV while there's a war going on in his country.
So
very good one.
It's not the Tony Manero character that John Travolta played to perfection.
Well, he's trying to become that guy during a civil unrest in his country, and he starts killing people to get money, to get those bricks so he can light up the floor so he can dance to it on national TV. Great plot for a movie.
Is that available on Amazon? Can I buy it?
Yes. I import this from Italy, but you can watch it on Netflix in the U.S.
Jose, you know I danced on that floor.
Oh,
the original.
It was still there. It's in the movie. It was Odyssey 2000. That's what it was called, and it was a club in Brooklyn called Spectrum that still had the original floor all the way through the end. I think it was like maybe 2000, and it's much smaller in person than in the movie. In the movie, it seems like a really big dance floor, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So, yeah. And I believe when the club shut down in like early 2000s, I think they auctioned it. I think a Japanese person bought it.
Pretty cool.
Hey, Jose,
That's cool.
Jose, I found a clip of the movie. I'm going to project it. We may get shut down for copyrights. It's probably since Jason's here anyway, but I'm going to present this. Jose, can you confirm or deny that this is the same movie?
1 minute later.
That was Dookie, everyone. Just
Oh no,
Dookie.
Oh no.
You know, first
Can
season,
I ask?
right?
Can I ask our esteemed panel how many people have bought that one step from Mr. Green Days?
I'm just not interested.
No.
You didn't buy it. You bought it. You bought it. Chance?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
All right.
I'm sure our friend Brandon, Punk Rock Show Off, definitely. I don't know. He bought the deluxe. I know that. That's the one you want. That's the OG with Ernie on the back.
All right.
That's the one. So great transition, Jose. Thank you for teeing that up. One steps. David Bianco, I'm sure you're doing a video on it, but can you give us a little taste? Because you've gotten yours, and I'll get into my part of this in a second, but initial impressions. He's putting on, for folks who can't see this, what's happening is David has a pair of velvet white gloves.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with rubber gloves.
Correct. These are not rubber gloves.
Novice Nick, these are not your gloves. So,
so the UHQR, the doors, this is the gripe time section of the segment of the program. But David, what do you have to share with us before your video comes out about your first listening experience?
Wait, can you see that In-N-Out soda next to the Beatles white box? That's fine.
thank you for pointing that out.
I can't get in and out. Come on now. So, David, what do you think? I mean, the cover looks cool. I mean, I'll give them that.
This is the 45. This one is
Doug Sachs one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 45. So, getting beyond the box issue, which is obviously different. I mean, it's probably the toughest comparison I've ever had to do, to be honest.
Okay.
Very close in terms of sonics. There is one thing when I started to compare, because I was comparing an OG 33 to the UHQR 33 to the 2x45, and I did find a slight speed variance between them, which I'll talk about in my video, which I wasn't expecting. But when you play these side by side, and I digitized them, so I digitized them from the same turntable, so there was no turntable speed variance. One got ahead of the other a bit, not drastically, but a couple of seconds between songs, between 3-minute, 4-minute songs. You could feel it kind of taken off a little bit, but at the end of the day, these two have both really strong characteristics. That's for sure. And it's the whole argument. You can get the $60 one. You can get the 2x45 still for $60.
Sure. It is no slouch, obviously.
So, David, that's
Man, I
a
love that.
mastered album, right? I mean, it's not like their earlier albums.
Yes, much better. Yeah, and then Doug Sachs did this one, the TML, the 2x45 was done earlier, 2008, 2009, whatever it was. Can't remember the exact date.
They repressed that this year as well. That double 45 RPM, they repressed that this year.
Yeah, they made more. Yeah, they made more of these. Yeah,
this year.
Yeah, because they got the licensing to do more, obviously.
Yeah, because Chad's like, hey, we got to do more. 30,000 of those shit.
No, it's nothing like that. These are, I think, 4,500 for the. I think I'm number 630 on this one.
All right.
The camera doesn't like me moving around, I guess.
David, I think we're about to be reported. I thought the Pygmy Dance video may shut us down, but Tom Hyrandistra says getting a Mickey Mouse vibe with the gloves. Disney might shut the stream down.
Oh, I better take those off. Okay, Goofy.
So you did. So I do want to ask you, since you do have years, and you're not waiting like some of us are. What do you think about the new box? Let's be honest. Does the box even make a difference to you? Because I mean, you're not like a goof like me and have all the other units. Like,
no, I don't have them all. I have a lot of them, but it does. It's kind of like weird. It's kind of like out of place. It's kind of like a misfit toy, in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, whatever.
Sure.
It's just, but I mean, I get the reasoning, why it was done. But the thing about it is it proves a fact, and that is,
why was it done? No matter
what you do, people are gonna complain either way, right? I mean, get Mazzy happy, and then you get everybody who liked it mad. So it's like.
So you're saying this is a power play by Norman Maslow?
No, I'm definitely not saying that. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not.
Why was it done?
Well, there was a turnaround issue with the other kind. Lead times were the biggest issue, and they are more expensive. It is, but they're not.
They're selling it at the same price.
But the price is the same.
Yeah. So what the fuck?
Well, no, you can't say what the fuck when there's 24% inflation over the last 2-3 years. Whatever.
Yes, but
so you really can't say that. You can't. I mean, the cost of people's pay, everything's gone up. So
exactly.
You guys,
for that specific reason, because people probably can't afford it as they did in the past. Maybe you should throw us a bone.
Yeah,
and also, so that means that
they're not in the business of throwing a bone. They're in the business of making money.
So that means that
they're not only in the business of making money, they're in the business of having enough funds to be able to sign new agreements for new things to do as well. Because that's a 2-3 year process.
The funds to sign to repress the same old shit.
No, and I know that Steely Dan was a totally raw new contract. That was totally new. That nobody had done that before.
Raw dogging it,
right?
So is that basically just a record and a jacket? What else is in there? I mean, is there a booklet, a sticker, a T-shirt? Anything? Because that's where I'm just sort of like, throw something in.
Jason, are you not aware of the powerful UHQR official certificate of authenticity?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you get one of these.
Oh, my God. Look at that beautiful, beautiful signature.
Dad signs it.
I had no idea. I got to run right out now.
Yeah, you get that.
You better slap the credit card.
You get the technical specifications. Which, MoFi used to do years ago, okay? Let's see. You get the book.
You get a booklet.
Wait, if it costs $1 million per title,
no, I think
divided into. No, I believe that he knows that. If you divide that for for every record, that's $33 a record that costs. So basically. Wow. The box itself was as much as the licensing. Isn't that funny?
You're talking out of your rear.
Why? Why am I talking out of my ass? I believe Stunty knows. how much it probably cost. Chad himself said that the box.
All I'll say is this. Is Michael Fremer is now joining us.
Come on, stop teasing me, Jason. Stop teasing me, dude.
11 out of 10.
As Chad Kath himself has said, like, if you don't, like, you're more than welcome not to buy the thing. So I think no one's holding a gun to my head when I purchase it. I'll say that.
I did the quick math on the $1 million figure that Stunty just threw out there.
Oh shit, Arnaldo coming. Hang on, Arnaldo. I have a drop for this.
I didn't see what Stunty.
Hang on, you ready for this?
Didn't Chad once say that it cost $50 to make that record? Between the box materials?
He said that the box itself was $30.
Right. Then you add also the jacket. You add the cost of pressing the vinyl. So let's just say roughly it's going to cost $50 to recoup $1 million. That's how many copies he has to sell of each one.
Wow, 20,000 titles.
And I doubt he was that ambitious. And I mean,
well, some of them are 30,000 and some are 10. Right?
Put the echo on the 30,000.
Oh yeah.
Only Asia was
30,000.
Yes, there you go. Thanks, Jason. So I think it's a bit ambitious to think you can sell 20,000 of the UHQR. That's a lot of boxes.
That's a big ass credit.
Well, and here's the problem, guys. When you go into buying something like
you're not even making money. You're just breaking even at 20,000.
But buying the boxes, he bought all of them up front to get the best pricing. So he's got all those boxes sitting there and hasn't necessarily obviously pressed all the records to go in them. So he's got sunk cost.
I understand, but now you're contradicting because
no, I'm not.
If he bought all the boxes up front and they're sitting there, then why switch to a cheaper box? He has them on hand.
No. I'm talking about Steely Dan, for example. He bought.
You actually think that if he has a run of 20,000, he ordered 20,000 all at once?
They probably are keeping part of the inventory. I think they ran them all. Yes. They're probably keeping part of the inventory, and he has part of the inventory, but I think he already had to pay for it.
The box is made of 3 parts. You have the raw box with the certificate, right? And then you have the dowel. The only thing that gets customized is the dowel and the paste-on artwork in the front.
That's right.
He may have ordered 20,000 of the boxes that are just plain, right? I doubt it would be a wise business decision to order and customize all 20,000 boxes without.
You think Analog Productions puts that facing on there?
I don't know who does it.
They don't.
I don't know who does it.
Yeah,
but
they don't.
What I'm guessing is, I think it would be very ambitious to order 20,000 of those boxes and then risk maybe because it costs money to have them stored.
Right.
You may not be able to sell through that inventory for 3 years. Is it really a wise business decision to?
Well, you got to remember some of these business decisions were made literally in 2021.
No, but
when the volume levels were totally, I don't think Chad would. I mean, if he knew then what he knew, if he knew then what he knows now, he never.
I know then.
I don't think he ever would have gone.
David, Caesar brings up a point since you have one in hand because I know he's hot on this one. So he was talking about the jacket, the actual, So what are your thoughts on that? Because Caesar is not
pretty flimsy. It's pretty flimsy.
So do you feel that they could have done a better job on that piece? I mean, it looks cool, but I mean, if they're using like cheaper materials, what are your thoughts?
No, it's definitely flimsy. I mean, I'm not going to throw the album in there.
Well, especially because isn't the Clarity vinyl is at 180 gram. So imagine if you put that in there, that's begging for like.
I think it's thick. This has a pretty wide opening chance.
Okay.
Look at the edge. It's a little thicker than you might think.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's not.
Got it. That's good.
Yeah, but I honestly hadn't put it in there even to see how it would look or act. To be honest with you, so let's see. I don't know that it would look good, to be honest, but
here's why
you think there's Hey guys. Arnaldo, do you think there's a house in Salina, Kansas that's just UHQR boxes to the brim?
A house? Yeah, it's called the house that Chad built. Yeah.
But isn't there supposed to be also a yellow inner sleeve?
There is. Here it is. I haven't disassembled everything.
My question is, wouldn't it just, the age-old question, wouldn't it just be cheaper not to make a fucking box? But beyond that, for example, something that I like, even if I'm not going to buy it myself from MoFi, is that they have $40, $30 records, $50, and then the thinner case one steps are $100. So all I'm saying is that when they announce the next UHQR, will it be more expensive if they got the old booklet thing? Will it be?
Don't know.
Well,
say
time will tell. I'm curious. I would join you in talking about this title, David, but I haven't even got a shipping notification for mine. So like I said, I think I'm on the bad boy list because of our previous programming. But that's sometimes that's the risk you take. Well, actually, I think it's what they call that. They call that guilt by association when you are
absolutely
the bad boy of the vinyl community. And
you are among the only human beings that bought the hoodie and the Blowfish one, so they should have given you a basket.
You would think that'd move me up the list. And Randy Savage.
Chad, where's my UHQR? Chad.
Fanatic audiophile.
Yeah, hang on a second. I think. We need more Macho Man drops. That's my takeaway from this show.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Randy. Rest in peace, Randy, wherever you are in audiophile heaven. Thank you, Randy Savage. Appreciate it. But yeah, I haven't even got my shipping notification, guys. We were talking about this before we came on the air. A little sad, a little butthurt. I got to be honest. Only because these are supposed to ship on the 19th of August, which was earlier this week, and I have yet to get a notification. Now, I did go into my account, my wonderful Acoustic Sounds account, which, as Arnaldo pointed out, this is always going to be the associated sound effect that we should always play when it comes up to that website. No, but I did get my shipping notice there, but we'll see. So I'm curious. But I'm also curious about that box because, as corny as it sounds, I liked that box. I like the old box. I thought it was slick. I thought it gave a value add. It came,
it's unique.
It kind of reminded me of like old school Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica, yeah, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it kind of gave it a little bit of an air of regalness. And while
I feel the value add is less now.
Yeah. Here's why.
Thanks, Mazzy.
Wait until I get it.
No, agreed. And I think what disappointed me about the announcement. See, I like that. I mean, I think that is like a nice touch. I know that's not his, right? That's the previous.
Oh yeah, it's the Royal Ballet.
This is the OG where the idea was taken.
Sure.
You
right,
know,
200%.
This is very thin. Heads up.
200%.
You can make it thin, if you want, just heads up,
How many records are in there, Jason?
I think there was only one, but you can fit like 2 or 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can go thin if you want to go this direction, because this is like,
Wait. Wyoming Dave, are you now the king of the VC on Facebook?
Chef's nicknamed me that.
Wyoming Dave has joined us. For those who didn't catch on, I gotta be Wyoming Dave. You're messing it up. You're the mayor of the vinyl community.
The mayor. I thought it was a kid.
Listen, this is a democracy. Believe it or not, the vinyl community I consider a democracy, and so we're not going to give you any kind of regal tone. If anyone's going to be regal, it's me because I demand fealty. Kiss the ring. People need to kiss the ring, as I've heard on other places, because that's what I demand of my guests. Anyway, back to the boxes. I thought it was a value add. I've got 19 of these things. There's 2 more coming. Chad said in the video the 2 remaining Steely Dan titles. They already got stuff. So to David Bianco's point,
oh man, I can't wait for those.
Well, but having this Doors one start the new box trend, I was disappointed because MoFi did the same thing on their One Step series. They, like it or not, they had those original boxes that were a little thick,
but they lower the price.
Right, but now they have those slimline boxes, and that's a whole different topic. I don't want to get into it, but I felt that was kind of, again, if you're looking on your shelf and you're really proud of the series or really like a collector, whatever, I don't know. It's probably really project, but I was just disappointed. Now I did see somebody online, I forget who it was, so I apologize, did already show how it stacks the new box on the shelf, and it's not. I was worried it'd be painfully obvious, like A, B, C, D, Z. You know what I mean? Like it would just stick out. It doesn't. The initial picture I saw from this, again, social media account didn't look what I feared. Yeah, I mean, from a distance, it looks like it, but it's not the doubt.
If you pull it out to the edge, it's not so bad.
Yeah. No. Oh,
this is people notice.
Great question. So let's change topics real quick, guys.
But you don't.
I gotta go to Westman's thing. He's doing a thing on Abraxas, so I just got this today. So
as a representative guy from Latin America, can I say fuck the Abraxas record? All right.
Oh my gosh. No.
Talking about this UHQR box, just like this is what it reminds me of. This right here, right here.
No, I saw on MoFi's website they said the definitive Latin record. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. What is that shit? Fuck that shit. But anyway.
How do you really feel, Jose? Come on.
It's still better than the Foo Fighters, right?
Just a dagger to the heart every time he says it, man.
You know what? I've told you, right? The only song that I can not drill my head to from the Foo Fighters is Chance knows the song with it. What is it? Do you remember what it is?
I'm not gonna disparage the great the orator that is David Grohl. I'm not gonna go there. But I did just drop a note to Josh over at Westman's thing that you've got some great representation and you're on the wrong show, Josh. What's going on here? I see you over there commenting, and you've got not one but 2 people highlighting what's going on.
I've got another confession to make. Didn't buy that UHQR. Look
at that.
And you highlight Stunty's comments, so it's fitting.
Yeah, so Stunty says, please establish a mandate for Jason not to be allowed to use his phone on screen and show the same record more than twice. Oh, this is the show with no guardrails, Stunty. I can't do that. You don't want to tell a dancer not to dance. I mean, this is Jason. Come on, we accept it.
Let's get Stunty up here.
The link is out there. I also see our private. I see our private chat is getting spammed. So I don't know what's going on there, but I can only imagine it's some shenanigans going on. But regardless,
Wow,
oh my god.
I don't know what William.
Here, hang on. Here we go. My man coming in hot. Let's go. Josh.
Can I say that I think that William has
David, pop it out, David, because Josh is here. We got to show him the skills to pay the bills. Let's go right here. Anyway, if you haven't checked the latest Vinyl Community podcast, Mind of the Record Collector, this guy Josh, High Fidelity Records, great story, great guy, great operation, and look at this shirt, buttery soft. It's a delight. And Bianco changed hers in record time. It was like the Academy Awards. I turn around and he went from having like a wife beater on, like a tank top, to the lovely High Fidelity.
A wife beater.
Anyway, good stuff.
Hey, I got to tell you a really quick sad story. Rhino box. Okay, ZZ Top, right?
Oh no.
So I ordered this, and I ordered a couple of LPs. I ordered a Doobies Minute by Minute Chris Bellman cut and a Bad Company Rhino Hi-Fi, and I ordered an SACD of Bread. And so they said they shipped it all, and I'm like, I cannot find. The records came in a separate mailer, and then this came. I'm like, I cannot find the SACD. And they're showing me a picture of what they left at the door here, and I'm like, no, I don't see it. Well, guess what? Inside this box, they have, the actual box goes below there. And underneath this is another box with the SACD in it. So I could have thrown this in the trash and not even realized.
Wow.
So
Thanks, Obama. I will say that I always see Bread records here, and I've never listened to a single Bread song.
You haven't? Well,
you've heard Bread, probably without knowing it.
Of course. You make me feel very happy. Come on. Everybody knows that song.
Jose, and I now officially disqualify you as an official record collector. If you've never,
I know I own a Bread record. I've never listened to it.
Oh,
in fact,
wow!
I may own
Bread records.
Bread records.
They're okay.
I think I've showed them on radios or something. I own them, but I've never listened to them.
So why do you own them if you don't listen to them?
Because my wife's mother gave it to me. Like, hey, you collect records, right?
I thought he got I thought he got it in a trade. You know.
Yeah, what happened to the trade? What did you trade for the Bread record, Jose?
From Dusk Till Dawn, Texas Blood Money. That's right.
Jesus.
Yes. No, but I'm just curious. Bread.
Hey, this is a good. The record keeper brings up a good one to talk about. Speaking of Rhino, so because this is the gripe portion of the program. Record keeper says, I got my unnumbered Black Sabbath last week. I was absolutely disappointed. It has no bass at all. I'll stick with my OG green label. I bring this up because, that was originally advertised as limited edition. Arnaldo is, I know Arnaldo is going to have something to say on this one, but then they came out with, it was another 5,000 unnumbered. Was that the number I heard brandied about?
I don't know if it's unspecified on the number of non-numbered.
It's probably 20,000. But I mean, Rojas, I see you shaking your head. How do you feel about something that's presented and sells out in quick order? Seems to be appreciated by some. Not all. I don't want to get into that part of it, but then not less than 6 weeks later, they've got more, and it's a kick in the thunder junk, as Wyoming Dave likes me to say. So, Rojas? What do you think about this?
Here we go. Just make me big.
I got it coming in. And what this says, public service announcement, don't fall for vinyl, quote, limited edition reissue hype.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
but it said numbered limited edition. So they were accurate. They were actually accurate.
Gotcha.
Oh, my God.
But here's the question, guys. How did they get the pressing time to make more, and how do they get more jackets if they didn't intend to do it in the first place? In that short a lead time, how?
Well, it depends where you press. If you press a GC Media,
Optima.
Well, I don't know about that. In GC Media right now, you can get it done in a month and a half.
Yeah, well, they have slots. But my thing is, I think the jackets are the more critical thing to get redone.
Especially those tip-on jackets. Those are not made by GZ.
Yeah,
no, I know they're not. I know they're not. My point is, I think the lead time.
Plus, I believe aren't they all made at Optimal?
So
yeah, they did say it was Optimal. I just didn't know where it was.
I'm guessing, like David says,
we've got a treat now. Look at this.
It's at least a 10 to 12 week lead time. Even on
I know that guy.
We have a wayward traveler. Is this a time machine? I don't know if you've been on the big show before. Hello,
he never has.
Statistics head coach. Welcome to the program.
Wait, is that a Brett CD? Wait, can you make him big? Is that a Brett CD?
No, it's not.
Oh my God, it is a Brett CD.
No, it's DJ Humble.
No, it's the same thing. It's basically the same.
Stunty, it's so great to see you.
Brett for the Democrat.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Did you see?
I have been in the backstage for 5 minutes, so that's.
Oh, it's all.
I'm not used to having
Oh.
many people up here. There's a device not connected situation going on back here. I don't know.
Jason.
Oh, who the fuck is this? That's a funny name. I won't say it because somebody's gonna think I am the guy.
There's a lot of shenanigans. This is why we're very reticent with giving out links.
Hit the vinyl Richie switch.
Yeah, I think you need to turn up. But hey, Stunty, I did see something. Are you celebrating an anniversary on your show tomorrow or something? What did I see? Your post?
Yeah, it's I number all my shows, but completely randomly because I think I find it silly.
Yeah. Will you ever?
That tomorrow is the 2-year anniversary of doing the stream every week. On that specific format. It's nothing that special for anyone but me.
No, but listen, it's significant because I think you admitted like there's only been 2 pauses. One, unfortunately, was the passing of your father, and then you went to that festival. But outside of that, every Friday, at least for us in the States, there's Stunty playing music that I can guarantee most of us haven't heard before. So good, better, and different.
It's like the thing is, I make no hierarchy between George Michael and Stockhausen. That's the thing.
Who would? Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Stunty play like The Cure on his show. Yeah. He did a Beatles record once or twice.
A few times, yeah. Like Paul McCartney, yeah, absolutely.
Well, Stunty,
he doesn't get shut down though.
What do you think about this practice? Like, let's use this Rhino thing we were just talking about. A company comes out and says we've got a limited edition numbered 5,000, and it sells out, and then within a matter of 4 to 6 weeks, they've instantly have more inventory available. Is that, as somebody in the industry, what do you think?
I'll tell you what. In my world, anything that is limited to more than 200 copies, I don't really find it limited.
Fair enough.
It's a bit extreme. I would agree, but
what about 300? Is 300 still not?
Because 300 is the regular pressing of 95% of all releases. That's the pressing run of the majority of the records that are being released. So
I just got our new release. It's limited to 200, so it is.
Yeah.
Stunty approved. Limited edition.
Yeah, it's just it's always the like you got to know your market. If your market is 5,000 customers, then you press 4,990 copies. So you have 10 hardcore ambassadors.
Yeah, I think the worst offender is Grateful Dead when they do a record store day releases and they make 20,000 limited edition. I think that's the worst offender because that's like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So Record Keeper brings up one, and this is kind of the same ilk because in Arnaldo, I want to get your thoughts on this because I know you bought this too. The Jack White record, the No Name record, when he dropped the indie exclusive, the blue vinyl, it was very coveted. If you look at the resale, like people are buying it just to flip it. And then magically this week, if you're following social media, you follow stores, magically they're coming in by the truckloads of the blue vinyl again. Arnaldo, was this a bait and switch? What do you think?
I don't know. Limited to 2,000.
Come on, Arnaldo. I'll give you a trick that Jose knows very well and Arnaldo must know as well. It's like you do a 300 limited copy, but you actually order 500, and then suddenly a 200 copy repress appears. Like that's if you can afford to pay 300 copies, you can often afford to do 500. The difference is very marginal,
especially if you have your own pressing plants.
Well, and it's Arnaldo's favorite plant too. By the way, Arnaldo is a huge.
And actually, I will say that great care was taken on pressing that record, probably because it's the boss's record. I had no flaws in it.
But Arnaldo, if you really think that the cost of the jacket and the LP would be $20, the production cost, I think you're a little bit.
Are you referring back to the UHQR?
Yeah.
Well, that Chad, as I guess David can confirm, he say that it cost $30 just to make the box?
Oh, so we're supposed to believe everything. Like, I can tell you that, like, when I give a price to a customer, I round it up always upside, not downside.
Well, I actually spoke with the person at my job that does supply chain. And when I showed the box, obviously in the picture, I said, how would you estimate the price of this box to be? And he roughly came around that price. I mean, granted, that's his pressing plan, right? So he doesn't have to pay. Typically, if someone else goes to him and wants that Clarity vinyl pressed,
he pays only for actual cost.
No, but he will charge someone maybe anywhere between $3.50 to $5 per disc. For him, it's
depending on the volume. Depends on the volume, totally.
Right.
But if you're making
that's what I said, anywhere between $3.50 and $5. It depends on the run. But to him, what's the cost? The cost is only the raw material, right?
No.
The raw material and the
labor, the overhead.
Yeah, the electricity, the labor, whatever. But it doesn't cost him what it would cost if he were to sell the capacity that it takes to press those records to someone else, right?
If he does 5,000 copies of one of these LPs outside the cost of the box,
it doesn't matter to him, right? It
would at the maximum be like $7 for
right.
the jacket.
What I'm saying is, no one else but his presses do the Clarity vinyl, and he doesn't sell that.
That's not true. That's not true.
Does he sell the capacity to someone else?
No, it's just that Clarity vinyl is just a name. It's marketing.
Right. Yeah, it's a mixture. Somebody else could use the same mixture.
Exactly.
What I'm trying to say is this. The time and the capacity that he reserves to press records, the UHQR records, right, are only for him. He's not going to sell that capacity to anyone else to make a profit, because he presses records at QRP for other people, for other releases, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So it's not lost capacity on him if he doesn't use the press to press his UHQRs, right?
Absolutely.
So he could dedicate.
It depends how many presses he has, which I don't
know. I don't know that either. I don't know. And I honestly don't know if the presses for the UHQRs for the Clarity vinyl are the same ones for the black vinyl. That I don't know. They're not. So that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming that the capacity on the UHQR presses are only for the UHQR. So whether he sells the capacity to
movie Freddie versus Jason,
or he presses his records, there's no difference. So the only cost to him are the raw materials and the time of whoever to handle the records, to sleeve them, and all of that. So they would be sleeving other records, right? If they didn't have to run UHQR.
Well, but you plan your production. You plan your production capacity based on demand and what you have in your production queue. And if you have workers who are, let's say, part-time workers, temporary workers, you either have them on site and pay them, or you don't, based on demand, or based on your production schedule.
Well, so and on top of that, David,
right?
And on top of that, correct me if you feel differently. Usually, you're going to get less output on second and third shifts. That's just naturally how it goes, right? So even if you're running 3 shifts, like let's say you're just balls to the wall, you're still not going to have the same output on first shift that you'll have on second and third. It kind of goes down.
Yeah, retention of people is difficult these days, and Salina, Kansas, it's not going to exactly the pool.
One of the things to consider, Arnaldo.
I can just say one thing.
One of the things to consider, and tell us what your reasoning, please, Arnaldo, is that when you sell a product, a manufactured product like that, how much times do you sell it more than your production cost?
Oh, 3 times.
At a minimum 3 times, yeah.
3 times.
So if the UHQR was indeed, which maybe I'm wrong, inflation and all that. I think that
you would estimate that costs $50, and then we're back to the $50 again.
Yeah, well, I would estimate that they cost $35 at maximum, which still, it's not outlandish to think that you sell it for 4 times, like 3 times or 4 times. It's still in pretty common in the world of vinyl. Then we are there. The price is
legitimate.
Bring taxes and all that.
No, No one's debating that. All I'm saying is that it was very ambitious to think that even at a high price cost per unit of $50, that they could sell 20,000 of those is a very ambitious.
Those you mean Steely Dan?
They need to sell 12,000.
I'm sorry?
In reality, I think they, with my math, they only need to sell 12,000 only
to be profitable.
Yeah, and remember, this is also PR. Like doing that is like occupying the space. Like people talk about it. As you see, it's been very successful as generating people who have no vested interest in that talking endlessly about it. So.
I think he's talking about me, but no, go ahead.
No, David. No. I think, don't be a Jason. Don't think you're the center of the world.
No. Shots fired. Jason Roxas. I can't believe it. I thought you guys were pals. What happened here? Are we seeing a breakup?
No, I was talking about Spinz.
Oh, Spinz. Sorry, Spinz.
Sorry.
Welcome to the vinyl community, Spinz. You haven't made it until.
I'm not giving up that moniker, man. I am the center. You guessed it already. So we don't even know each other, Stunty, but you already got me pegged.
Got him. If you've seen one Spinz vinyl, you've seen them all. I think that's what the takeaway is here.
Oh well.
Fair enough. So Stunty, it sounds like you're not going to buy any of the UHQRs. Is that safe?
Ever. Like everyone is always saying like, oh, the original. I've listened to them on like incredible sound systems. For me it's I understand why people want it, but it's like a goodie for me.
Minty.
Well, Jason's a huge fan, and I'm talking about Rojas, not Spinz. I know you, Jason. Were you talking about getting UHQR tattooed on your other arm? Is that? Didn't you tell me that in Austin? What's the latest on that, Jason? We need to know.
No.
Okay, fair enough. It must have been too many bergs. We had those bergs that one night. I think Jose, what in that? You used to show records on this show, and now you're showing anything but a record. You're showing ranch dressing.
Un lempira hondureño.
Are you showing us pesos?
No, it's from Honduras. Un lempira.
Jose, I appreciate cultural.
At least give credit to Jose. He's not showing the same Fremer record over and over and over.
Wow, now that's a direct shot at Jason Roxas, Michael Fremer super fan. Unbelievable.
No.
Unbelievable. Well, guys, I think we've beat this topic up.
I can read some French poetry for Stunty so he falls asleep, but it's in Spanish. Les fleurs du mal, right?
I mean, I don't. Listen, I've already offended people with the Pygmy Dance video. I think Jose, with his abundance of profanity, that was one of the charges in that wonderful Facebook group. Jose wasn't it, or was that in a different video? Where
no, it was that. Yeah.
Which Facebook group is this? Maybe I'm not part of it.
Audiophile Trade, isn't that one? Or
it's the Acoustic Sounds Fan Club.
Oh yeah, I'm on that one.
So you did
Analog Productions.
The Analog Productions one. Yes, I'm on.
They were sharing the last stream with about the UHQR.
About the UHQR is the one with the wonderful thumbnail that Spinz did, and I thought it was a very fair and objective.
I didn't know that was going to get you in trouble.
Well, it's got me shadow banned because I'm not getting email notifications anymore, and my product shows up incomplete. But it was worth the 2,000 views because I was told by a wide sage to not talk unless a live stream got over 1,000 views. So is 2,000 enough? I'm not good at math. You
got to pick which sword you want to fall on. You know, is it going to be YouTube or is it going to be Chad? I mean,
well, Stunty, I'm glad to see you up here. I'm sorry that we're running out of time, but
that's fine. But I just wanted to tell you that without you realizing it, with your latest video with High Fidelity Records, you created some drama, Chance, huh?
Oh, in what way? Maybe I've missed it. Where's the drama live?
There was a little bit of a reveal in that video of a private collection being purchased by a High Fidelity.
Oh, about the Danny Kaye or about the New York? Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
I mean, I just think I remember someone who was in the market to buy that collection for a couple of years ago.
So there's a little bit more insight. Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
People won't understand it, maybe, but like some people have been talking because of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so that was, you had like a sort of exclusive with that.
Hey, every once in a while, a broken clock is right at least twice a day. So I do okay once in a while. Anyway, Jose's put his Mets hat back on, so I think we'll probably wrap this up. But again, what a joy. What a joy. Yeah, the original Surface Noise OGs on here. Spinz joined us. Stunty brought it. And then Wyoming Dave has now changed his name back to what it should be, the mayor.
I hope that David is enjoying my way too tight shirt.
Oh, Wyoming Dave, how do you feel?
Sassy. That's Stunty sassy.
How do you feel about? I mean, Stunty was a model. I was told once that Stunty was a model. So can you give us a runway? Can you give us a little attaché chate?
Just the hair, just a hair from one
hair
side
toss.
to the
Can you give Wyoming Dave a hair toss?
Yeah.
There you go.
Send them a lock.
All right. Well, again, everyone watching, appreciate it. Even the haters. I always drink your bleach. It's good for the diet. I appreciate you. Fun show.
It kills COVID. It kills COVID.
It kills COVID. Yeah, drink some Clorox. It does kill COVID. And Jason, did you acquire this? The Atlantic 75 Mingus the Clown. Please tell us.
No.
That's a hard to find album.
You're too passive aggressive, Jason.
Oh no, not passive aggressive, Jason. That's my fourth favorite, Jason. Passive aggressive, Jason. Oh my gosh. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Appreciate everybody coming on. And next week, B-side Spinz Vinyl is going to bring it. And Arnaldo had to do one more.
No, I'm sending love to the VC. Okay.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And now it's
Nothing happened. What's going on? Nothing happened.
No, it's not working.
Oh,
Your heart is.
Okay.
You gotta. Yeah.
That looked like a tomato. That didn't look like a heart. That's
Like
a tomato.
it's like Arnaldo. It's like this.
There we go.
There we go.
Why is he doing it like this?
It's a bad tomato.
Appreciate you. Good to see you.
And that was another trip around the turntable. Thanks for listening to Vinyl Community Podcasts.